Welcome back. Welcome back to Ball Talk with Kim, smoothing out the truth. Y'all, I know I'm crazy because I'm always collecting on my times on how many shows I do. After a while, I'm just not going to keep track no more. But this is number 16. Can you believe it? I'm excited. This is number 16. I'm almost at 20, y'all. See, I'm crazy with these numbers, but I'm at 16. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Ah! Mr. Don, I'm excited. I'm at 16. Huh? And oh my goodness. That's what Shanae said. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all know. Thank you guys every week for tuning in when we can catch it. I'm so very excited. But I wanted to slide something in before we get started. We have to do we gotta do what we do because Lord help us all. We gotta do what we gotta do. So I'm gonna read this disclaimer and then we're going to get into the show. It says, okay, so the disclaimer today basically says all information posted is merely for educational and informational purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice. Should you decide to use and or act upon any information, you do so at your own risk. While the information has been verified to the best of our abilities, we cannot guarantee that there are no mistakes or errors. However, okay, TGN, PowerPlay, and or any of its affiliate shows, podcasts, broadcasts, radio, TV, hosts, and or guests will not be held legally liable for the opinions, advice, and or content provided. Now, people, listen to me. It is entertainment purposes only. Okay, for entertainment. Now, some of this stuff is factual. Again, but just understand that. However, our opinions are just our opinions. Don't get your panties and drawers and boxes in a bunch, okay? Or your thongs, however that goes. Right? So, on that note, of course, if you've been following me, you also know that I love to give motivational my motivational thoughts and everything. These quotes have been written by me and they were initially intended for me. I just decided to make it public and share it with you. So today's quote is Lily entry number 521. It says, "You are the just right, imperfect being chosen for the assignment." So I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to use emphasis on certain words because I really want you to understand why I wrote this. So it says, "You are the just right, imperfect being chosen for the assignment." So basically, if you don't understand what that means, nobody's perfect. We're all imperfect in every way imaginable. And I don't think there's not one perfect being that walks on this earth. Do y'all? I don't. My studio audience is behind the wall, y'all. Okay. But nevertheless, there's no perfect being. So whenever you are presented an opportunity of any kind, it's okay if you don't understand it. It's okay if you don't know how to do it, or you may not understand it. If someone comes to you and presents something to you, they see in you what you don't quite see in yourself. Take the opportunity. Trust me, you won't fail because we all make mistakes and mistakes can be corrected. Okay. I'm just saying. So, as you all know, moving right along, February is the awareness month for a whole lot of things. And of course, this is the ending of February. I still can't believe we are in at the end of February. Oh my goodness. But February is the awareness month for several different things. And I think on a couple of shows back, I mentioned something about, hey, whenever it's awareness month for something, you might want to go because you can get discounts because it's the awareness month. And that's the purpose, to get people in to take care of these things. So it's the National Cancer Prevention Month. It's also the American Heart, Jewish Disability Awareness Month and Inclusions, Low Vision Awareness. Listen, now I need to be talking to some of these people about these glasses. Cause child, look, that's what it means. Low vision. Oh, well, please go get your eyes checked, okay? Okay. And they say that natural herb called weed, that natural herb, they say that kind of help with your vision too. Get you some bifocal, trifocals. It'll kind of help out. So if you're a bifocalist, you like just need double vision. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. It's also the National Bird Feeding Month, Pet Dental Health. So if you got dogs or cats or whatever you got going on, whatever kind of pets you got, but this is just for the dogs and the cats and stuff. Please go take your dogs and cats and get them seen about. Also, it is the Adopt a Rescued Rabbit Month. Now, my daughter, I don't know what her problem is. She just felt the need. She needed a petting zoo in the house. So she has a dog. At one point, she had a fish. And now this little girl done went and got a rabbit. Okay, now she didn't do this month. She did this last year before I even know they had a rabbit month. Okay, I'm over it. Okay, the girl don't take care of the rabbit. I do. But anywho, it's also the Black History Month. Now, of course, we can spend hours and hours and hours talking about Black history because every day is Black history for us. Every single day. I think the month of February is just too short, just to be honest with you. But nevertheless, I have some pictures up of some of our well-known and some you may be able to identify, some you may not, because a lot of them I had to go back and look. I didn't know. But since it's so many, I decided to take the week or so and finish it out for the rest of February as well. And just kind of give you some tidbits about some things that's going on and make you aware of some of our famous Black history people. So there's another slide with more of the recent Black history figures. But nevertheless, so Black History Month for the week of 2/19 to 2/24. So February 19th, the Pan-African Congress organized the W.E.D. Bois. It was an organization that was organized for W.E.B. Du Bois. Du Bois. Is it Du Bois or Du Bois? I can never get that right. But they met in the Grand Hotel in Paris. See, this has been going on for a long time. That was in 1919. Frederick Douglass died. Of course, we talked about him before. He was the leading Black spokesperson for over 50 years. So for you non-historian historian people, these are facts, okay? I'm saying, just might want to know a little bit about history. Frank E. Peterson Jr. was named the first Black general in the Marine Corps. That's awesome to me. Also, Constance Baker Motley was elected Manhattan Borough President. This is the highest elected office held by a Black woman in a major American city. Ooh, child, honey, listen, we be doing it, okay? We also have Rebecca Lee became the first Black woman to receive her MD degree. That was in 1864. As of yesterday, February 24th, that was yesterday, right? 1864, Rebecca Lee became the first Black woman to receive her doctorate degree. Awesome, y'all. This is some good stuff. All right. So also on February 25th, we have, this is like in 1870, Hiram R. Revels of Mississippi was sworn in as the first Black U.S. Senator and the first Black representative in Congress. I didn't know that, but wow. And Martin Luther King Jr. was also ordained as a Baptist minister as of today in 1948. That's amazing to me. February 26th was the 15th Amendment was guaranteeing the rights to vote. It was sent to the state for ratification. So this is pretty cool. February 27th, on two separate years, John W. Maynard was the first Black person to actually speak in Congress. And then you have the figure skater, Debbie Thomas, in 1988. This is on February 27th. She becomes the first African-American to win the bronze medal in the Olympics. Well, we be doing it, child. We all over the place. Also, in February 28th, Arkansas legislature required free Blacks to choose between exile and enslavement. I'm going to go back and read that some more because I wasn't understanding that particular law, but I think it may mean to free them altogether, just to free Blacks. And then Richard Spikes invented and patented the automatic gear shaft in vehicles. Isn't that something? That's crazy, y'all. So this is something I don't think anybody knew. And I'm going to ask the behind the wall, even though y'all can't see them. Before you put up this next slide, do you guys know Do you believe that Rosa Parks was the first person to go through? Miss Don, you might know who it is. You know who it is. Do you know? Do you know? No, she was not the first black one to not offer up her seat. So put up that next slide because I didn't know this either. I said, what? So we're going to spotlight on a little unknown Black history fact. So I did not know this. So March the 2nd, 1955, a 15-year-old girl by the name of Claudette Coven was riding home from school when the city bus driver told her to give up her seat to a white passenger. She refused by saying, "It's my constitutional right to sit here as much as that lady. I paid my fare. It's my constitutional right." Now, I'm sure she was, okay. I'm being modest, but I'm sure she was getting real raggedy with them. But then again, she was conservative with it. But anyway, Colvin felt compelled to stand her ground. And she said, and was quoted, "I felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on the other, saying, 'Sit down, girl.' I was glued to my seat." She said later, that's what she said to Newsweek later. That's interesting to me. So the NAACP briefly considered using Coven's case to challenge the segregation laws, but it decided against it because she was only 15 years old. That is crazy. This is crazy. However, as we know, much respect to Rosa Parks. No disrespect whatsoever, but I do believe in giving credit where credit is due. Y'all hear me? But nevertheless, believe it or not, Miss Claudette, she was born in September 5th, 1939. As of today, she's 83 years old, and she is very much so still living. From Montgomery, Alabama. I think she lives in Birmingham, but she was born in Montgomery, Alabama, and she has been a part of the civil rights movement since from 1954 to 1968. So that's just a little history fact for you guys that I did not know, and I try to pull this stuff out. And the rate is going. I'm probably gonna just do that throughout my shows, just to give a little spotlight on some history facts for us that we just did not know about. But anyways, we're gonna be right back with a short break because I want to bring in a surprise guest for y'all. Got to interview this surprise guest, so this is gonna be very interesting. So I will be right back with a short break. Welcome back. Sorry about that, y'all. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Ball Talk with Kim. Your girl. It's me. It's Kim. Smoothing out the truth with hope. And I have my surprise guest, Mr. Don Willis, aka Spider. What's happening, Mr. Willis? I finally got you. Huh? Yeah, I done snatched you now. I done snatched you. Yeah, so I you know what? I'm just gonna get into it because you are not new at any of this stuff. I'm just straight new. So tell me a little bit about where you're from originally.
Well, first of all, I'm going to thank you. Let me be a part of your platform. Every day we'll be able to go tell our story on other people's platforms. So we have to acknowledge that it's a privilege, no matter what it may be. And thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm from a little neighborhood where I was raised. Mm-hmm. It's called Dalworth, Texas. It's a little black community in Grand Prairie.
Okay.
I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. And my mom, with her sister, moved to the Metroplex, Arlington, Grand Prairie back in early 60s.
Wow. 1960. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you pretty much grew up here in the Dallas area. In Metro. Okay. So you didn't go back to Arkansas. Do you go home often to visit?
Well, one thing my mom always did, we went home every holiday.
Okay.
Yeah, because her sisters and her brothers and everybody's still there.
Okay.
And my biological dad was always there, my sister and I. So my mom never kept him out of our lives. So we always go see our dad, our family. But Little Rock and Arkansas is connected to me. They're part of me. Yeah. So,
awesome. Yeah, so now you have siblings?
Siblings? I have. I'm the oldest of 7.
Ooh, child, 7.
On my real daddy's side.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Stephanie in Little Rock, Greg in Little Rock, a baby girl. She's in Little Rock. Her name is Crystal. My brother Daryl, he's in D.C., and my 2 sisters in Houston, Tiff and Tara, they in Houston.
Awesome.
And my sister, everyday sister, raised with Carla, she in DeSoto.
Okay, so she's about the only one that's still here. Now your parents are here too, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. So you
still live in Grand Prairie.
And still Grand Prairie. Okay, awesome. See, y'all kind of back and forth between Arkansas here and everything. Okay, so that's that southern side. Oh, yeah. That's that southern. You gotta have that southern in you. Yes. So tell me a little bit about, how did this come about? Because I know you are pretty much into media. How did this come about for you?
PowerPlay podcast TV started out as a PowerPlay radio network.
Okay.
About 12 years ago, when streaming was real popular in radio, and we started with a banner. My wife and I, Trudy, and my background, I came from what we call now terrestrial radio.
Okay.
Well, I came from KKDA, K104.
Right. Okay.
I worked over there.
Okay.
So I just happened to be I'm a PA announcer for high school football games. So the lady was doing the halftime show. She said, I do a radio show at this station in Arlington called Fishbowl.
Okay.
And so she said, won't you come be a guest on my show? She said, I forgot, it's called Black Thoughts of Black Women. So I went. So when I go in there, I'm a guest. The lady who run the station named Sammy, she know me from KKDA. Everybody in the same circle in the industry, you know each other.
Right.
And so nobody know Miss Don. They know Miss Spider. So she, hey, Spider, what you doing? Good to see you. And we just talked. Then she called me and asked me, could I come up there and help her? Because her station was in the infant stages of a fishbowl, about 2 years. So I went back and she asked me would I help her with the marketing and let these people know what it takes to go and be in the industry. I said, sure. So when I helped her, I had one requirement is that I have to do a podcast, do a radio show on Sunday.
On Sunday,
but she didn't open on Sundays.
Okay,
but she opened for me because I was doing PA announcing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays.
Okay,
so I couldn't do a show
through the week. It was just kind of like out,
So then she started getting Sunday show. So to get on down the road, I stayed about like a year and a half, and I took them to events. I don't know if you remember the black restaurant in Addison and one in Fort Worth, Buttons.
Yes, I've heard of Buttons before because I think it was one in Dallas at one point.
So I even took them where they started having a Tuesday night chat.
Okay.
I set a show
Okay.
over there, do Tuesday night chat, and I took them to the Essence Music Festival for the first year. So I
Hmm.
got them events so they see how the media industry works. So after my year and a half tenure,
Awesome. That's
um,
good.
the ideas that I want to implement, they wouldn't be implemented
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
so I understood, and I don't mean no harm to anybody. What I'm getting ready to say, 'cause I use an analogy in media. She had to breastfeed that station her way.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, no matter
Yeah.
how many ideas I had. That was her
Hmm.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was, I just got ready to leave. So I had this board in my office where I worked at, and that's
Hmm.
all I wanted, big old board. And I got my board, and I was waiting for like an hour, Trudy and I,
Hmm.
to tell her thank you and all that, but she was in there. So I waited like 2 hours. She was there
Wow.
talking to somebody, never came out, knew I was waiting, so I left.
Yeah.
So before that happened, uh, uh, men, we hear,
Hmm. Hmm.
we don't listen.
Wow.
So Trudy said, I came home that day frustrated. I said, yeah, I'm so upset over there. I got all these ideas. Folks coming to me, ask me all this,
Hmm.
and they get knocked down. But that's
Right.
her baby.
Hmm.
So just like it was yesterday, Trudy said, baby, start your own.
Yep. That's right.
Like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And some get hit. So I
Hmm.
started doing research, stand up at night. So that's when I left. And when I left, Trudy and I wrote the business plan. We sent it to our friend Jesse. He read it and said, okay, then I'm going to back y'all on a small scale till y'all get
Hmm.
ready. So so we started going around doing pop-ups. We just had like banners, 2 banners. We'll go to Kwanzaa Fest and we'll do interviews. We'll go different places
Just going around, just
and
kind
going
of
around.
branding yourself,
Band yourself.
basically.
That's
Yeah.
how we got
Hmm.
started.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So was radio? I know we kind of went forward pretty fast on where that part meant, but was radio always, or broadcasting, or I don't know what you want to call it, journalism, because it does take work to do it. But was this always, even as a
No,
kid, something you always on? What was this, something that you
I
always
never
thought
in my
about doing?
wildest dream thought I'd do this.
Really?
Never.
What was your? Oh, what did you want to do when you
Well,
were?
as a young lady, Puerto Rican lady, that my thing was my degree from the Art Institute, interior design.
Okay. So
So
okay.
that's what I got
Okay.
my degree in. I got a 2 year associate's degree. So, but I worked for a company called IT company, well, a brokerage company called Cybersecurity Investment
Okay.
downtown. So I
Okay.
like fashion. So I go to this store called Edwardians and I shop, buy
Mm-hmm.
clothes. I had over 200 pair of shoes. I was one of those guys. I
Wow.
was metro
Yeah.
sexual before the
Mm-hmm.
word was really popular.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this store one day, and so this girl who was going there, and she said, Spider, she said, we getting ready to have a fashion show. You ought to come be in it. I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I don't want to do that. But I'm the person I want to go help. I said,
Right.
do y'all need somebody to help get everything in order, get in line, for organize? She
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah. She said, we need a stage manager, make sure people on time and everything when they come in. I said, okay. So
Okay.
I going to practices and stuff. So when the event came, the Puerto Rican lady, her name Carmen Pagano, she
Mm-hmm.
was the MC. And so she saw me working, saw how I was doing stuff. She said, I've been watching you, how you doing things. She said, why don't you come be on my radio show? I said, where is it at? She said, KKDA. I said,
Wow.
okay. So I went down there and I guest on the show. She said, did you come back? She liked what I had to say while I
Mm-hmm.
was talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went back. I was guest on the show. So then about 2 or 3 weeks, we had talked. And she said, I need a producer. I want you to produce my show. And she said,
Wow.
I don't know how. I told her, I don't know how.
Mm.
And
That
so,
sounds me.
she said, I'll train you.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back. I started training. She trained me how to produce a show, set up. That's why you see me so detailed here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she trained me.
Mm-hmm.
And so about after 4 or 5 months, she go on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Her shows every day, Monday through Friday, every day.
Wow. So how long was she on vacation?
She gone for a
She was
week.
gone for a week.
She
Okay.
said, I
Okay.
want you to do the show while I go on vacation. I said, do the show. I said, I ain't never did radio before. Never on the air. She said, you do it every day when you set it up.
That's it. Hey.
I said,
Yeah.
okay. So I hosted a show every day. It was called
Mm-hmm.
Girl Talk,
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriend, but I had different guests. So then after that, I just started, being her co-host sometime. I
Mm-hmm.
produce it. Where the guy come on before her, named Roger B. Brown, the sports
Mm-hmm.
guy.
I remember Roger
I used
Brown.
to
Yeah.
call in on his show before I even knew any of this stuff. And
Wow.
we'll talk about sports and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when he saw me and then he hearing me, he said, Spidey, can you stay over and talk to me about stuff? So I stay over
Okay.
on
Okay.
air. So then he went on vacation. and I hosted his
Hosted
show.
his show. Wow.
And so after I hosted his show, then I became a part of the staple of the talking
Of the
sport
talk
with
show.
Roger B. Brown and Spider. And that's how I got started.
Awesome. Wow.
Mhm.
It's just amazing. Sometimes you're just in places that you
Yeah.
don't even think would put you there.
And that's
You
the thing
going
I
in.
tell people that
Mhm.
I did cut you off, but I tell people you don't know what's going to be at that place.
That part, yeah.
Yeah, you
Stay
may
ready.
stay ready because when you
Absolutely.
go there, it may say, "Oh, it's gonna be the boys' club and just little boys 10 through 9."
Mm-hmm.
But Denzel may be there. You don't know that because he
Exactly.
wasn't a sponsor for Boys and Girls Club, or it may be an
Absolutely.
opportunity for Boys and Girls Club. They have big time bankers and
Yeah.
people in the industry who can help you along the way. So always been my thing. No matter where I go to, I don't want to know who are there. I just want to show up.
Just show up. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
Right. I don't care about the
yeah,
guests. I
nah,
just want to be
just
just
be
be
there.
in the room.
Yeah,
And I think that's so important because even with that, for me, you mentioned I don't know how to do this. I've never did this before. You just asked me to come here.
hmm
I don't know how to run no show.
hmm
Well, like she said, you do it every
every
day
day.
when you're here helping. And you know, sometimes we think that, hey, what our intended purpose is to do one thing. But when you
Yes,
get there, you don't realize how we limit ourselves sometimes when we say, hey, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get a degree in design.
right.
But we putting so many restrictions on ourselves because that's what we're going for. But it's so much other stuff that you don't realize that you're good at.
And it's so ironic that you bring up my degree in interior design. Is that once I got it, I didn't do anything with it.
Well, you do right
Well,
in
no,
the
well here
studio.
you do, but the
Yeah.
reason my reason for going to school, getting something that my passion, that's my first love, even
hmm
before this.
hmm
But the thing about it is that I went because I have never finished anything for education.
Wow.
Because I went to high
Yeah.
school, I didn't graduate.
Yeah.
I went to the 12th grade. I need like 2 or 3 more credits my senior year. They told me to come back for a semester. I wouldn't go because I was embarrassed because my class
Yeah.
already
Class already
graduated.
graduated.
And
Yeah.
so I said, I ain't going there. I ain't going back. So then I tried to go get in Mountain View College, community college. I couldn't get
hmm
in because then,
You didn't have your high school diploma. Yeah.
excuse me. So what I had to do? Try to go get a GED.
hmm hmm
So I went to Gainesville, Texas, and I studied for it. And
hmm
I'm one of the top in the class getting a GED.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
then I finished that. But as far as a when I went to Art Institute, I've been trying to go for years. They never had night class. They
hmm
always had day
The day
class.
classes.
So
Yeah.
in 88, 87, they finally opened up on Park Lane. It used to be off Northwest Highway.
hmm
And I got accepted. And I graduated. My
Awesome.
class, there were 23 people. When we graduated, it was 4 of us.
Wow.
Because I wasn't going to quit.
Yeah.
So I had to walk.
You
I
had to
had
finish.
to finish something
Yeah. That's
in
like
life.
that. I
Yeah.
have to prove to myself that
Just be
I
yourself.
can
Yeah.
finish whatever I do. I can finish it.
And then when I
hmm
graduated for the ceremony at the Richardson Civic Center, it was my mom, my dad, and my aunt, who is my close.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to come. I ain't want no fanfare. I ain't want no people. I ain't want no
Oh
friends. I
wow.
ain't want no
Yeah.
girl. I ain't want nobody to come.
Well, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really amazing that you don't quit, and that's a prime example. You keep going. It don't matter when you finish, just finish.
Just finish for
Because
yourself.
we have it bad. We'll start something and then we fall off. We get
Mhm.
distracted or busy doing other things, and you start putting it on the back burner. And then you look up and like, man, wait a minute. I need to finish this.
Mhm.
And you have all these unfinished projects, but that's an amazing accomplishment that you finish. No matter
Yeah, no
what,
matter
you
what.
prove
Yeah.
to yourself that I have to finish.
Yeah.
Now I know in this industry, I'm a beginner. I'm a baby in the whole podcasting.
Mhm.
I'm not a shy with the camera, but
No.
I'm a baby when it comes to like podcasting. What is it that TGN PowerPlay offers? First of all, how did that come about?
But
TGN
TGN
PowerPlay.
PowerPlay came. We have from the beginning we have PowerPlay Radio Network.
Mm-hmm.
So about 4 years ago, not longer than that, in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
2017, we were the first station to do in the area to do TV podcasting.
Okay.
Where everybody else was doing radio only, couldn't see
Right.
the picture,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
couldn't hear them.
Yeah.
So our technology TV stuff, we started using it because we took our concept from the Breakfast Club.
Right.
It was a
Right.
radio show just
Yeah.
with cameras.
Just
All
on
it
with
was.
cameras. Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
So I used
Yeah.
to watch it every day, even way
Mm-hmm.
back.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started building that brand, and we grew, I on my slow nights is on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I do, I go look around the country, not the area, the country, for the competition, not even the competition. See what they doing,
Right.
set design, the camera they using, see what they use. So I call them or I send them an email. Hey, my name is Don. I'm here. I watch your product, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a caller. So
Yeah.
I call. I call
Oh,
DC station.
absolutely.
I call Chicago.
Yeah.
I call Seattle station. So this night I called LA station, TGN Radio,
Mm-hmm.
which is a young man named Keith Goodnews, and he picked the phone up.
Wow.
And so we
Yeah.
started talking. I told him, hey, hey, I don't mean no harm. I know it's 2 hour difference. I said, about 11 here, 9 there. I'm just calling that you know I like what you're doing. I see what you're doing. So he said, man, thank you. That's what you mean. He said, because there were days I give up that I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm doing it
Yeah.
by myself, me and my team.
Wow.
And then I said, yeah, you're doing a great job. I said, I read up on you. So we
Mm-hmm.
started a friendship. It was in November of 2020 when we came out of COVID.
Wow.
And so we just talking and we kept in contact. And we had a training class in January, and
Mm-hmm.
he flew his staff down to Ford. He paid for everything to
Mm-hmm.
come to the training.
Okay.
Then we had another training class. He came down again,
Mm-hmm.
brought his
Mm-hmm.
crew. And so we just had a lot of things that we do differently, but we still as one.
Right.
And so as of this year, since we relocated from another building to where we're at now, we started putting in motion back in January that we're going to do a partnership. And they
Wow.
are the main proprietor
Mm-hmm.
over TG and PowerPlay.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
they do all the operations, they do the financials, they do all the new equipment, they do the testing, they
Mm-hmm.
do everything that we don't have the staff or time to do to make sure that
Right.
this work right, because our goal is to build stores.
Right.
And,
Just in everywhere, just in
yeah,
all markets, rather than
well,
just the
we want to do
areas.
B markets first.
Okay, gotcha.
But B market like Shreveport,
Right.
Memphis, Birmingham, Baton Rouge,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma City, Little Rock,
Yeah.
because they don't have a boutique podcasting studio
Mm-hmm.
like this that provides services as production to give them the best for they can in podcasting.
So do you go out to these locations or cities and look for like locations and market to people?
We have a young lady that worked with us. We've been friends for 30 years. Her name is Mona Hook. She's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Mona always looking at real estate, rental,
Okay.
who's the competition. So she got a spreadsheet that Keith and I, we have a meeting with her.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked to a lady in Las Vegas, they need a store out there.
Okay.
So Mona go do all the pre-work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the pre-work, we see is it beneficial for us, and we get ready to start pulling these stores out in 2024. We're gonna start doing the first one.
Awesome.
So yeah, we got the list, we put everything in order. So our goal is to go and check on them.
Right.
We are retirees.
Yes.
So we go check on them and make sure around the country that they ran right,
Mm-hmm.
operation all right, the bills are paid, the codes are done in that city, everything is right. The riffraff so won't come to your studio.
Yeah, we don't need all that.
So that's our goal. But
yeah,
he is the main CEO who run everything.
Yes.
He's 36 years old, and this is his generation.
He's how old?
36.
30. Oh, he's a young whippersnapper. Well, my lamb, I didn't know that.
And this generation of millennials, and this is the thing as us as baby boomers, speaking of me, and we are the IBM, the big blue.
Mm-hmm,
but we got to be in charge and run everything and do this, do that. No, this is that generation. They tell you how it works now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All we here to do, when we first met, I met his dad and his aunt. They live here in
DeSoto, I think. Is it DeSoto or Duncanville? Red Oak? Okay.
And I met them, and they were talking about the marriage. I'm so happy, and I told them, I said, I'm just the guy riding in the car with him.
Wow.
Make sure that he don't run the red light. Make sure he stay in his lane.
Yeah.
He doing the driving.
Right. That's the leader.
That's it.
As if you done your part, it's like now you already know what to do. I'm getting on this passenger side. Drive. Right. So that's good.
And you have to come to terms in life with that.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you gonna dictate and you want to be the person who's over everything, but you done missed the new camera that Keith and I had a meeting about yesterday.
Yeah,
going to bring in.
Yeah,
because you want to be in charge.
Mm-hmm,
no,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's enough to go around for everybody.
It really is, and I think a couple of weeks back I had a show with the baby, the newest generation here, the generational Z. I'm generational X, so even now it's a little bit different. We were in that era. For my era, we were in that era where we started. We got the the what is it called, the Blackberries and stuff like
Right,
that. We
right.
had cell phones, but it wasn't used to the magnitude that they're using it now. And now everything is so digital and so media and social driven. It's like, man, these kids have no clue on how to do anything manually. Where I appreciate the baby boomers, your generation, because it taught my generation, like, hey, you got to go out and work for it. Yeah, and you don't, and everything is not given to you. You got to go get it. So that's always been stuck in my head. But now with my kids, to them, well, if I can't get it on Google or iPhone or or this Android that I got, if I can't get it on there, then it is not it. They don't know even how to sign their name.
And see, and that's one of the deficiencies of this technology is that nobody should be dumb. Yeah, I
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah, you're
Nobody
right.
should be dumb.
You're right.
Because
You're right.
information is walking around in your hand.
Yeah, you're right. That little computer.
It's in your hand.
It really is.
And
it really is.
especially while walking your hand, it should never be, I don't know how. It should never be, I'm not going to try. It should never be, I don't get it.
Right.
No,
exactly.
They got to answer if I don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to answer for it. So my thing is that as Generation X and baby boomers, we have to implement more the drive to use it.
Yes.
To use it to your capabilities.
Yeah.
Because especially for our brown and black men and women, is that it's so geared around entertainment instead of education. You gotta get that out of their head. It's okay to have a little, but you should go out there and travel to Uruguay.
Yeah.
You should know where Uruguay on the map. You should know where
Zimbabwe is.
Those places. You should know the decimal points and how they work. It's in front of you.
I had someone, I was talking to someone the other day about a roadmap, and literally she said, my baby is 10 years old. She said they were getting ready to go somewhere, and her husband said, okay, I need you to look into this look on that map and tell me where we're going. Now he knew where they were going, but he just wanted to test it out and see. And baby looked at it and said, I don't know, what this a coloring book? You can't read a map either. Wow. And you're 21. Oh my God. But the baby 10 years old, and the baby said, this a coloring book? What are crayons at? I said, no, it's not. It's already colorful. Like, what are you doing?
That's the thing when this young lady who's producing the show for us as 21, one thing they have to learn is that, okay, I need to learn north, east, south, and west.
Yes.
I need to learn direction.
Right.
I need to know what's up, what's down, and south, up is north, right is
east, and left is west.
So
yeah.
Then you know how to read maps, but also the maps also have it on there.
Yeah, and it's colorful. It's color coded at different highways, and knowing how to read these little things. Yeah.
When she said on map, you can zoom in, you can expand.
Yep.
You can take it further. So we're here. We had to open up map, unfold them, this and that, look at them, this and that. Yeah, because
if you get lost in the wilderness somewhere, cell phones ain't always the greatest. So when you going somewhere and you used to depending on this device, even with a compass, if you don't know the direction that you're going, you would never be able to get home. And so that's one thing that I've learned even as a little girl. Always know how to get home.
And this is the thing, the safety part, especially for women, is that use your navigation system to your fullest. Use it to your fullest. You should have that app to click on your phone when you're driving.
Yeah.
You should have an address locked into your phone where you're going.
Yeah.
And the main you need to have in your phone, especially your community, is your police department.
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody following you, and you put on that, because anything happen, it gonna backtrack and say that you were on your way there. They see where you went. Those things. So those things you should have.
And I think the newest devices now, I don't know what type of phone you have, but now Apple has it literally locked in that way. The moment you select emergency on your phone, it's tracking where you are automatically.
About 7 months ago, the people got locked in the mountains.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, even though the phone was dead.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's like even though it's dead, it may not be picking up a signal, but it really is. Them little satellites out there in the space, I tell you, that's something else.
The world that we live in, and our goal as baby boomers and for TG and PowerPlay is to make sure that they have what we call the ABCs 1 through 3.
Yes.
Operations, how to run the business, the consistency, your dress code, because corporate America not going away.
Oh, it's not.
You still have to play that game.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, you still have to. I don't care if you run an art studio and you still got to go see that banker or
yeah.
see those investors or whatever.
Yes.
And you got to know protocol.
Knowing how to read, write, and sign contracts, people.
And one thing that got me about Keith is that every time we met, he always had a suit and tie on.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
He's a young man wearing a suit and tie. He understands the concept of business.
Did you watch that interview with Shannon Sharp and Ricky Smiley recently?
Yeah.
And Shannon Sharp mentioned something about, I know it was Ricky Smiley, and Shannon Sharp kind of like said, I agree with that. Ricky Smiley was talking about how he went to, he was opening up for Steve Harvey. And Steve, he had on some sweats or something along those lines. And Steve Harvey told him, he said, hey, he said, I need you. He said, when you come, he said, you gonna wear that? Like just bringing him out. It was like, well, hey, he said, I got on, I was looking to par, but I just dressed down. I didn't have a suit on or anything like that. And he told him, you gonna wear that? And he told him, he said, yeah. He said, well, you know, Steve gave me like my first job. So he was like, he said, well, he said, I was hoping that maybe you would have, you know, kind of checked yourself, like check out, you can go ahead and bring me out. But when you come back, the next time you open up for me, I don't want you looking like that. He said, I don't want you looking like that. He said, a suit and tie, you know, present your best self. I don't care what the occasion is. He said, by the time, he said, I brought him on out and what I had on, he said, by the time it was time for me to bring him back up again, I had already went home and came back, put on my suit and tie and walked out there and said, welcome everybody, Mr. Steve Harvey. He said, brought him out in a suit and tie. He said, Steve was like, wow. He said, so after the show was over with, Steve Harvey came to him and he said, now I know you serious.
Let me know you serious.
So being presentable, you know, when you're doing stuff like that, that's important. It doesn't matter what it is. And teaching this new generation, it's not about sneakers and shoes. Put that suit on. Young lady, put that business suit on. Put that dress on. If you can't wear heels, slide you on some nice flats and walk in there.
I hear you say about this young generation. We're not trying to babysit you. We're not trying to make sure that you do it the way we did in our generation. We just want you to be prepared.
Absolutely. Stay ready. Yes, absolutely.
Because when you black or brown, Becky, Heather, and Brad, they can go in there looking like that. You can't. You have to be ready.
Absolutely.
And one of the things is, well, you and I know for sure, you being from Mississippi and New Orleans area, from the South, is that church was our barometer for ready for interview.
Oh yeah.
So whether you
just Sunday,
church,
yes.
I know what kind of dress to wear for interview. I knew how to wear a suit and tie. I had to wear a jacket, suit and tie to church. But my grandmother, I never went to church without a jacket.
Oh yeah, you better not.
You better not.
You better take the hat off when you walk in there too. And that's respect. Yeah.
And so I know you. With them grandparents and them aunts raising you, you didn't go to church without no pantyhose.
Oh, baby, better not.
You better go there
like, baby, where you going? You ain't going no jug joint. But you better go put something on them legs, girl. Yeah. I'm like, and that skirt a little too tight, don't you think?
And it better not be a Vaseline.
Yes, Lord. Yes. And when I got a little bit older, my grandmother was very a stickler about hats. Now she said, I'm not gonna force you to do it because I don't know what y'all got going on. You stick a pin in it and try to take the hat off. We're gonna take your whole hair hat off. Right. But my granny said, if you sit on that front row, you had to wear a hat. That was just that old school. I mean, like that church that I grew up in, you know, when you stomping the floor and they doing their old hymns, and baby, you can hear it. That became my drum, my bass drum. Like so that. We knew you sit on that front row, you somebody important, or you sit over there in the, I call it the mother hen corner, and the deacon board over there on the other side. When you sitting over, baby, who child, and if don't be sitting behind them, and all you see is that hat. You always know the direction of the hat, what's going to happen. So you see that hat kind of tilt somewhere. I was like, uh-oh, who finna get it? You know, so you know it's just that dignified side and is that respect, you know, side and understanding who you are.
Did you have that church with your grandmother when you in the restroom? You had to hold your hand up?
Oh yeah, we had to take. Yeah, that's that finger ministry.
You had to hold your hand while you walk out. Just walk to the bathroom.
Oh no, you better not. No. And then it was a certain time that you can do it.
You can do it.
You can just say, I had to go to the bathroom, and the pastor just got up.
You can't go when he preaching.
Oh no, you better sit down.
Hold it. No.
Have several seats. You better squeeze hold. You ain't going nowhere. Oh yeah. So it was just that whole thing. saying even now, you take those things, being ready, being prepared in this new millennial era, and you said something about you're not trying to take away from them because it is that right now instant gratification generation that we're dealing with. Everything is right now, it's ready, they want it. But to also understand it's a way to go about doing it. It's nothing wrong with being hungry. Go out there, do the homework, get out there and get in there and do it. But also be humble enough to say, hey, go to old school and stop saying we don't know nothing, and ask for help. Because believe it or not, that old school gonna give you something that this new stuff can't. The
young lady who producing the show today, she's a photographer. So the thing that I like to emphasize with the young people is that I'm not trying to change you about presentation and about dress code and things like that. But it's different from you to go get wet than the other person. No matter how you hang out with them, how you went to school with them, no matter the dynamic chain when it comes to dollars.
Right.
You got to be extra better. Extra when it comes to dollar amount.
Oh yeah.
So now once you get in, now you can wear your casual clothes. Now you can do that.
Oh
but
yeah.
You have to do this just to get in.
Oh yeah.
And so that's when that corporate America thing, because they really, 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 really have to like you if your product is good.
Oh yeah.
Because we live by first impressions.
And that's everywhere. That's in anything.
Your first impression. So your first impression must be on a professional level. If it casual dress or mid-casual dress, but not underdressed. And I had the situation. My mom in them church, they have a women's tea every year. So the men have to go serve. So it was the young boys in there. They were servers, so they had the earrings in.
Oh yeah.
And so
that didn't last long.
So when they was in there, I'm the head guy over all the young boys making their trays and the women in the tea. So I say, man, you take them earrings off. So the two guys said, for what? He said, we just serving. I said, no, this is their day, not your day.
Right.
I said, they ain't used to seeing earrings. No man.
Right.
So as soon as it's over, you can put it back in. So one boy told his mama.
Oh.
So he told his mom because she go there too. So she said, well, Mr. Don, do that, take it out.
That's right. Respect that. Yeah.
Earrings out, dude. Yeah, but the bottom line, if they folks tell you and you gonna make $75,000 a year to earrings out,
I bet you gonna take them out. Child, you probably close your own ear up. I sew my own ear up.
That's the thing about sometimes is that you have to understand there's certain things that you may not like, but have to be done for the benefit of someone else, but it'll full circle back to you.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't know what that young lady said. Young man, I'm so glad that you waited on me. I got my son, my husband owned a bank. He's about to come work for me.
Oh yeah.
So if you got an earring, then you may not get hired. You don't know.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
So there's so just to kind of circle back about TG and PowerPlay. And I wanted to know, you have talent, a lot of talent. A lot of people say, I don't know how to do a podcast. I don't know how to do any of that. And again, it goes back to what this young lady said to you. You do it every day. You talk every day. You find something that you're good at, that you're most passionate about. What do you have to say to even the beginners with me? But before you answer that, I wanted to just kind of give you your flowers. And I know it's crazy. That's that old school. I'm such a young girl with an old soul. But I believe in giving flowers, because when I knew nothing about podcasting at all. I used to just sit and watch people on YouTube and stuff like that and just laugh and get tickled. I'm like, I always wondered, how do they do that? But I had a passion for people. I always want to reach people, and I'm always talking. Lord Jesus, I'm always talking. Even in my career, I'm having to be in front of people, and I'm talking all the time. So it was this one thing that you did that stood out for me out of the rest. One day I was working and you saw me behind the glass door and you said, man, who is that? I saw you get on the elevator. I was talking to a client and I saw you get on the elevator, and then you come back off the elevator and you kind of go towards it again and you pull out a piece of paper. I didn't know what that piece of paper was. And you turned around and you were like, and I'm looking at you like, what in the world is going on? What's going on here? Well, that day pretty much changed everything for me that day. And I can honestly say, and I thank you for it, because this is what provided this Ball Talk platform, was the fact that you went out and said, hey, you know what? in order for me to get what I really, really want to see happen, I got to go find it. I got to go dig for it, and so can you tell me how, and I'm a grateful and appreciative of you for it, because Ball Talk wouldn't be Ball Talk without Don. I would say that without you, about you providing that opportunity, this platform. So what would you say to the new beginners, the babies that's coming into this?
Well, just to piggyback off this story, to go back, is that something that you gave me that it's hard to get in this day and time, and you can't get back. You give me your time.
Oh, absolutely.
Your time for me to give you the number, tell you what I do, and listen to me as a black man talking to a black woman, where the mistake is that we always trying to holler at you.
Yeah.
So that was enough. Yeah. That was enough right there. And I didn't see no more till maybe 3 weeks later.
Yeah, because I lost the number. I was like, where's that number? Yeah, and you came back. And I said that to me, man, this is where I give you all the kudos in the world, because I lost the number. I couldn't remember if you were in the building that I was in, or if you over there. And I didn't know where you were at that time. So I was like, man, I lost the number. And one day you come back to the office, and my coworker says, Miss Kim, there's somebody that's at the front for you. And I said, girl, what do you look like? Right. She said, Miss Kim, she just blushing. She said, I said, is he old, young, in between? Girl, is he cute? She said, Miss Kim, I can't do that. But he mentioned something about a radio, a TV or something like that. And I said, oh my God, I was on a call. I put my client on. I was like, Lord, I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But I said, can you hold on just a moment for me? Let me try to check. I made it seem like it was something going on with the computer. And the client was just understanding or whatever. And I couldn't get out there fast enough. And I was like, I lost the number. Please, what is your number? I would love it. You said, well, can you come to the show on Thursday? Or, I think it was a Wednesday when you came up. And you said, can you come to the show? And I said, well, yeah, I could come in. What day? You said, well, what day would be good for you? And I was like, I don't care. I can do it tomorrow or whatever. You said, how about Saturday? I said, what time? You said, well, probably around 2 or 3. I'll be there at noon.
I like the people to see what we do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But to go to that question that you asked, what
do you
tell
do?
The novice person who coming in? Well, first of all, we like to let them know that we want you to come have energy and have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The second thing, when you have a microphone and a camera, not gonna make you famous.
Oh no, absolutely not.
The
absolutely
third thing we want to say is get you to come to, when you decide to do a podcast, do you have a plan or a vision for your podcast?
Yeah.
And our goal is to make sure we implement all of that for you.
Absolutely. That's amazing. So there is training available for you often as well.
Because if you don't get training, we don't get trained to make your show better.
Right.
So we want you to come in early like you do, and we set it up and go through it.
Yeah.
Everything you see in TV is pre-production.
Oh yeah.
No matter how you think, oh, that was great, they did that. Oh, that's what It's 3, 4, 5.
You gotta be prepared. Oh yeah. You gotta be prepared. You definitely have to be prepared.
We're trying to get better and better in our preparation. From the cameras for the production, to the slides come up, to the software. When I was training the young lady back here, she was catching on so fast that she heard the key words in your conversation, and she brought the
and I didn't even say 2 words to her, but she just boom. She knew.
This is the generation to catch on quick.
Yeah.
And so this is the thing that we want to make sure that when you come and get the podcast is that we more TV driven. Everything we do.
Yeah.
We won't make sure that we run your promo, your commercial, but the whole thing about it, we excited about. It's your brand. Like you're gonna see your brand behind you on the green screen, in the back, wherever you go, all in the marquee. We're trying to get your branding down, so they may not know your name, but they'll know your brand.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's what we really about branding. So by merging with TG in LA, we've been bringing more technology coming down the pipe. We got more script writing, where you'll be writing your whole show out.
Oh yeah.
And Keith,
I love to write. Oh yeah.
The angles. You not only have that camera, you have overhead camera.
Oh yeah.
So we have to have with product to get better. You own our product. You are our customer.
Absolutely. So, and you treat it like that. It's kind of crazy because it depends on the person that's new at it. They don't understand that. Well, some just come in because they think it's cool to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or they see something on internet or something like that, and it's like, oh, I can do that. Oh yeah, I talk to people all the time. It's a little bit more work than just
Well,
wanting to do it.
exactly. But and the key is that a lot of people, they see that, and then when they get by, see, we know, Keith and I, we can tell about the fourth show who's gonna be with us and who's gonna be gone. We can tell.
Wow.
We just know.
Yeah.
We see it so much. We can tell.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's something like Christmas Day. The first day, Christmas, they got presents. Oh, so happy. Oh, they
Oh
calling
yeah.
you. And then about the
Uh-huh.
second show, the present getting old.
Mm-hmm.
The third show, you don't play with that toy no more.
Oh yeah, you on trying to
Yeah,
get on to
yeah.
something else.
Then
Mm-hmm.
on the
Mm-hmm.
fourth show, you find an excuse, you can't find it. So
Mm-hmm.
we know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we tell people. Go watch other podcasts. See
Absolutely.
how you can enhance yours, where you
Mm-hmm.
want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because our goal, after we say about a year to year and a half, is for you to leave.
Wow.
If you ready.
You want me to leave?
No.
No,
We
I'm
want you to
kidding.
leave when
I'm
you
joking, but I know
ready.
what you mean. Yeah.
We have people here with her 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki been with us 2.5 years. She's
Mm-hmm.
a spinoff from another show, and
Mm-hmm.
that's called Nick at Night.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other places around here don't have the thing that we do. So you have to keep evolving yourself
Absolutely.
and stay ready.
Stay ready.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's
you don't
right.
know. And
Yeah.
so like now we doing Twitch. Everybody
Yes.
doing. We make sure that you do your
Twitch accounts
and
and
we got
stuff like
another
that. Yeah.
software we'll be broadcasting from that Keith and I got a meeting tomorrow about that we're gonna implement. So
Yeah.
our goal is to keep you involved, keep you in the mix. So because what's gonna happen, and I'm a living witness, they gonna keep watching your show.
Mm-hmm.
So Ball Talk gonna get a segment on the network or somewhere. Hey, can you do 2 minutes of Ask Ball Talk? Can you do 2 minutes of we want
Mm-hmm.
to ask you about hair product or whatever
Yes.
or
Yes.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get that. You don't get that clipping. You gonna cut someone in your shows, that interview, and send it to them. Or you
Yeah.
know what they call we call shop it around.
Shop around. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
shop that around to
Mm-hmm.
different markets.
Mm-hmm.
You say, well, I want to get my show other format. Okay, so we give you the audio file. So
To go
radio
ahead and take it.
stations,
Yeah.
they want the show to do for 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to
That's
play to
amazing.
fill that
Mm-hmm.
time up. So they pay you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They got to fill up programming.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go out there and hire a DJ. Them days are gone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Them
I'm
days are
noticing
gone.
that now. Even even the actual DJs,
Yeah, they gone.
it's no
So
more.
now
Just
you
about.
that person.
Mm-hmm.
So they gonna run your show in Albany, in Nevada. So now you're gonna be okay. Ask Miss
All
Ball
over.
Talk. So now you fill in that spot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's how it be. So then also if you get better and you get that corporate sponsor, now XM Radio gonna call you and say, oh,
We need a yeah.
get
Yeah.
you on the show like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a
Mm-hmm.
mixture of music and
Oh yeah,
podcasting.
just podcasts. Yeah, and
Yeah,
if it's
so-
just that 3 minutes make a big old difference.
Because what
Yeah.
they do now in the industry, the days are they're not gone, but the days are limited where they don't go to uh Purdue or Texas and try to find a journalism person.
Right.
They get on just like everybody else. They go search and
Yes,
they find
look
that
for
person
it.
to
Mhm.
fit whatever it is that they're trying to do now.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. It starts with the vision.
Yeah,
It's
the
that
vision.
vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's different about TGN Power Play than what makes TGN Power Play different from other platforms?
But what makes us different is that we embody our customer with the you to the fullest with
Mhm.
technology, with production, with simplicity.
Mhm.
So we make sure that we're a full-fledged media group. That's why we TGN Media Group. See,
Okay.
some places in the podcast industry, they here for two reasons. They here to get your money and for you to walk out the door.
Oh
Don't care
well.
if your stuff
Mhm.
is ratchet or not.
Mhm.
No, we're a media group. That's why you'll be going to event like Essence and we show you how to interview and you meet people.
Mhm.
And why
Mhm.
you'll go to different things that we have training. So
Mhm.
we are so different. Our goal is for as we build our network up down the road, we'll get somebody come by us because they like our network skills. They like what we doing. So
Mhm.
somebody buy our brand. And
Yes.
so it may be a CNN. So you know what, we like what y'all doing. We don't have a podcast and a media group. We need that other piece.
Yes.
But
Yes.
we can't just go set to them and we ain't build all these folks up.
Mhm.
That has to show something to build. So
Mhm.
that's why we want to build studios around
Yeah.
the country so they see what we have. Then they're gonna come in and they're gonna add that fresh paint.
Yes.
And that's fine. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build
Well,
a media
awesome.
outlet.
So it's not like you are locked into anything. You
No.
just have you.
Oh,
We're
no.
building. You're basically.
Oh.
I'm building you up so that you can go. It's almost like that mother bird.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got
Definitely.
these little eaglets.
Well, our goal
Yeah.
is to build a sale.
Yeah.
We building this to sell.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
So
yeah.
when you build a sale, you always have a mother hand gonna make sure that everybody's fed good.
Oh yeah.
That's the CNN and all those big companies. So when they see that we've been in the business, this is our 10th year, Trudy and I.
Wow.
They see
Yeah.
you got staying power, you got great testimonials, you got great people who you done train along the way, and they see that, say, okay, then yeah, we want to buy something, we want to see, can we sit down and talk to you. You got TGN who came in as a young man who in the media industry in LA, who around that every day, and we in a media market, not just in the Dallas market. So now that helps us.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to when flew out 3 months ago, I met some folks in LA wants to build a place for them.
Oh wow.
So that's where we are. Because now the young lady in there, I just use them as millennial. You and I, our geographic travel like 100 miles. Their geographical travel is all over the
country.
world.
Oh yeah, they country to country. Yeah,
country,
yeah,
all over the world. Yeah, they're not limited. Oh, I'm just gonna go north down. I'll be back to Oak Cliff. No.
Oh no.
All
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, I think it's that mentality. Like I can't stay still. You know, and I can't be still. And there's nothing wrong with being still. But make sure whenever you leave, whenever you get up to go, be prepared. Have an empty bag. I always say take something with you to survive, but keep that empty bag. But whenever you come back, that bag better be full.
Well, let me give you a story. Just by being here, and that's why I believe in information connectivity. The young lady, as a photographer who producing, she's a photographer. So a friend of mine, photographer in Austin, he retired from Detroit. Bus driver for 30-some years. So his second career is photography. He go to all the conferences, all the training, all over the country. They don't build a relationship because he wants to see her get better.
Oh, absolutely.
This is her generation.
And I
they
love
talk
that
all the time. He asked me up there, talk to him. He said, "Man, Spidey, talk to the young lady." I can pronounce her name either. Amari. Said, no, she came about 3 weeks ago. We talked, but this is what we trying to do. We understand this. Because down the road, she gonna learn something to help him out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She's
so that we trying to build on. We're trying to build from that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm proud of them. Just keep going. No matter what. I mean, I've got to pass that torch at some point. Pass that torch. So yeah, so branding is important. I mean, no matter what, branding is important. And it's how you present yourself, and like you said, first impression is it. You got one shot at it,
But can you tell the audience that's the story that you never thought would happen to you? And you told me, but I told you it was gonna happen when you went to the store.
Yeah, I was at the store one day. I think I was at Walmart? Well, it don't matter. I was at a store one day and I'm sitting there and this little girl, she just kept staring at me. And I said, why does this baby keep staring at me? I said, she keeps staring at me. And these are my everyday glasses because I can't see worth, that vision thing we talking about the way. Child can't see. but I had my glasses on as usual. Normally I put on contacts, but lately I'm kind of feeling these glassware. So, but nevertheless, we're in the store and this baby, she just kept staring. And I'm looking and I said, okay, thinking it's just a child, it's just a baby. Didn't think nothing of it. And the little baby she looked at her mama and she said, you don't be staring at nobody like that. And I said, oh, it's okay. Her mama looked at me and she said, oh my goodness. And I said, oh my goodness, did you see something? I'm looking back like, what's she talking about? And she said, I know you from somewhere. And I'm looking at her, I said, no, maybe church. I said, what church you go to? Because, I go to a Potter's house here in Dallas. So I said, maybe she talk about church and I visit a lot. And I know I'm always out. I never thought about the show. And she said, you look familiar. I said, girl, they always say we got a twin. She said, no, I know you from somewhere. Well, her baby was playing on her phone. Now, it wasn't a little bitty baby girl. She's probably she was sitting in the basket, but she was a bigger girl. She's about 10 or 11 years old. He's at social media. This baby playing around. She said, Mama, this her. She a celebrity. And she looked at it and I see Ball Talk with Kim on the phone. I'm going, oh my God. She said, I follow you. I've been following you for a minute. She said, it sure is. She said, you're Kim, right? I was like, oh my God. I was not prepared for it at all. I said, do I need to start covering my head? I said, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for it. But she said, I follow you all the time. I said, well, how did you run across my page? She said, well, I'm a friend of a friend of a friend of somebody. She said, but I don't know. She said, but I caught on to it and I love what you do. And I've been following you. And we were just watching your show. And I was just tickled. She said, you got this laugh. And I was like, oh my God. She said, it's that laugh. And you told me that. You said people are going to, you after a while, you may not seem like it now, but nothing that you're doing is in vain. People are going to start to notice you. They're going to pick up on it. And you just never know who you are reaching out to.
You went to that comedy club that night.
Oh yeah. With the comedy.
With Yolanda. There was some ladies knew you.
Yeah, she was like, ball talk. All right, girl, I see you, girl. Where? And I'm going, oh my God. So all of this stuff comes back around full circle. And if I may, just to say this to anybody that's interested in doing a podcast, I mean, when you're signing with networks like YouTube, or even Instagram or TikTok, they go by the number of likes and views that you have and stuff like that before they start, and also subscribers before you start receiving residual. If you're going into anything about money off the bat, that's going to be your downfall. Don't ever go into anything about money. If your passion and your heart is truly in it, you're going to do it. You don't care how much the money is, because that old saying, your gift will make room for you, right? And I see it happening all the time. And now I'm a little used to it, even though those two incidents happened, but it's a humbling thing. And it's very great. I'm grateful for that. So I'm like, man, I said, thank God for Mr. Dunn coming back that second time, because had he not came back that second time, I still would have been still sitting here going, how am I going to do this? I need to find somebody.
But see, one of the things that you do is that we look forward to when we do sign people up is that you do your homework.
Oh yeah,
you put your show together.
Yeah.
One thing, obviously you can call me anytime if something you want to put together, but it's about you.
Yeah.
But to hear you say that is that the thing that we also have here is that we want to make sure as much as possible as you're doing your podcast that you have fun.
Oh yeah, you got to. You have to, man, because this is like that wind down from work. The vision, I have it. Just doing the hard work to put it together. It's the fun part. It's my wind down because I done had a heck of a week, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to Saturday. I can't wait to say it, because when this guest come on, they have no idea. This is fun for me.
To hear you say that, that's how I got started in terrestrial radio. I couldn't wait to get to the station.
Oh wow!
I couldn't wait to get to KKDA. I couldn't wait. And then back then, after every show, they give us our copy of our audio show.
Oh yeah, go back and listen to it.
So if I get in a car, I play my show right away. And that's one thing we have people understand. If you're gonna Q&A you, who gonna Q&A you?
That's it.
I don't watch my show. Why not?
I know.
Well, I don't know what I do. No. So you can't complain and come and tell us, well, that wasn't right. Well, how you know? Did you watch it?
Did you watch it? Exactly.
I won't go by what nobody said. Did you watch it? Well, tell me what number.
Yeah.
Write it down so we can get better.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that we're excited about when people come. Our goal is for us to be critiqued so we can get better.
Yeah.
If people don't tell us what we do, what they like to have, how can we get better?
Absolutely.
We want to get better. We don't want to find excuses. Well, that's your fault. You were sitting the wrong way. I ain't gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
Now, go find some maybe some new cables we need.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why that sound didn't go right.
Yeah. Yeah, so absolutely.
We got the little cheap cable. Now we go buy them $45.
Right. We're going to put some money on this.
Money on that cable.
That's right.
It's a list of people on the way.
Yeah, because I know watching some of the other shows, older shows before everything enhanced, I would always call and say, Mr. Dunn, I'm always tuned in, especially if I can catch it on the daytime with other shows. Mr. Dunn, I couldn't hear. Yeah. I couldn't hear nothing. Or I'm calling and texting like, Mr. Dunn, hey, we can't hear them. So yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's Q&A because our son in New York, sometime in the evening, he'll Q&A out in New York from just for a distance, see what it sounds like.
Yes.
And he'll tell Trudy and I, okay, tell him that. Okay,
absolutely.
But now we have our great intern, a graduate from Torch State University on TV is Brian.
Oh
He
yeah.
awesome with that sound.
Oh yeah.
He
Make sure
awesome.
he can
got that
hear it
ear. Oh,
all.
he can hear it. He done showed me stuff that little bit of stuff that I didn't know that I don't hear that no more.
Oh
But he
yeah.
just play with it. He know
Mm-hmm.
this is your generation.
That's
You
it.
let
They
him run
ready.
with it. He's 27 years old. You let him run with it.
Wow, he just
He's
27.
27.
My goodness, child, they get younger and younger.
They
But
get
that's all
younger and
right. I
younger.
ain't mad.
Yeah.
Teach me something, child.
Yeah.
School me.
Yeah.
But definitely. And oh, before I forget, Miss Trudy. I love me some Miss Trudy, honey, because she
Yeah.
will get it together. She's responsible for the financial operations here in the Dallas on the PowerPlay.
Trudy is the one that makes sure all the bills are paid, everything done here in Dallas, and her and Keith meet all the time, and they trying to keep the money right, money straight, and all that.
Yeah.
But she runs PowerPlay social media.
Okay.
Where if you do have a podcast with us, she have a team over there on the social media side. You go sit down with them, and they push you out there from the social media side.
Okay.
Because
They'll do that.
it
Yeah.
used to be like, okay, just a perfect example. Use you. You got from work at 6, you go home and you do your show. Well, it take 2 to 3 hours for you to push your show. Well, you got soccer practice, you got your son, you got to go to recital or whatever. You got things to do. Got to cook dinner. That 3 hours you don't have time for.
Yeah.
So when you come do a social media pack it up, we do all that. Put on they push and put all that. And so you see your numbers on a monthly basis. Where it's going. It's going to Uruguay, going to Paraguay, wherever it's going, who listening, but it steady get pushed.
Yeah.
On all these platforms. So that's the thing that we have software for that. It just ain't that we just go and just no. We have it's software that you use. So that's why social media is so important. And you can be on your phone. Let me tell you how deep social media. You can be on your phone, and something physical can be hurting on you, and it'll show up on your phone.
Yeah. That's those things. Yeah. And I'm like, how in the world did this know I was going through that? I got a headache. How did it know? I'm like, I just said it in my head. I got my head hurt. And all of a sudden I see something about migraines and headaches. I'm like, what?
Because them algorithm, by you even speaking, you just say it, whatever, you start moving around. So that's how you want your show to move. You want ball talk to move around.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. Well, that was pretty cool. I absolutely love it. And again, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity because this has been, oh man, this has been an experience. And I just coming into it, you know, I didn't know what the future hold. I just knew it was going to be great.
Well,
I didn't get
it. We had some obstacles because we tried to put a 3-man team together, and we tried to put a 2-man team together, and then it came to a 1-man team, and you ran with it. And I know the goal was for a 3-man team, but you ran with it. So when something meant to be done with that one person, don't despise them for their hard work and their dedication. Because you can't get the other two players on, so you ran with it.
Yeah.
And when you ran with it, you ran with it.
Yeah. It was like, man, I was had all these things in my head. I'm creative and then marketing and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I can't stop this person. Well, what you do, more power to you. But I know right there, I'm a visionary and I support the vision. I knew what it was when you said ball talk. You know, I knew what the concept was. And even with the slogan, smoothing out the truth of hope, just sitting down and having that conversation with, where do you see the show going, Mr. Don? And you flat out said, this is your brand.
Well, we you know, do a lot of bald-headed women. But one thing about you, your ball talk is not cosmetic. Your ball talk inside of you.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
I've always known that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And the story you tell me is the story of your daughter. It stays in me.
Yeah.
And so that when you got released.
Oh,
there wasn't no man. There wasn't no sorority group.
Yeah.
There wasn't no job. It was your daughter.
Yeah.
So you got released. And and you never mentioned again.
Yeah. Because it was just one of those situations where I could not. My daughter is striving about this hair thing. She was just stuck on hair and why my hair don't look like that and why my hair not this and so forth. And I'm just sitting there looking at her and I'm going, you know what? I can't have her keep no. I'm not this. And she said, Mama, you got hair. I said, you know, this is not my hair. She said, but it looked right on you. You know, even now she's coming to her own. She's not bald by any means. Her hair just wasn't as long as everybody else's was. So she's done got so into herself now. But that particular time in the moment, she was a little bit younger and she didn't understand. So I said, you know what? It's time. It is time. You cannot sit here and try to encourage and motivate your daughter about hair.
Yeah.
And you hide every day. It got to the point to where my wigs had become, I call them hair hats. If I feel like putting one on, I'm gonna put it on because my head is cold. So, and I name them. This Melissa right here. I'm putting Melissa on today.
It's a hat. It's not nothing that
changing
you. It's just a hat.
It's a hat. I just put a hair hat on. Yeah, and I went in that bathroom. I was like, you know what, because my hair never grew back in the middle. So I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I went in that bathroom. I got the little razor and I gashed myself a couple times, but I cut all of it off. But what's funny about that is I came out of the bathroom and my kids didn't even notice. They didn't say anything. Yeah. They were just kind of like, Mama. All they saw was Mama. They didn't care about the hair. And I said, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to wait. And so I got up the next day. I still did what I did. I kind of liked the fact that it took away from me having that hair on my head. So I went into work the next day. No one said anything. Hey, Kim, normal. Hey, nobody said anything. And I'm working. And all of a sudden, my coworker that sat in front of me, it's at the end of the day. This girl rolled her seat back. She said, I know there was something different. I said, what's different? Girl, you wearing that hair well. I said, I ain't got none. She said, I know. She said, you can wear it with hair, without hair. Nobody ever noticed and wasn't going to say, girl, I like your hair. Nobody said anything because you still look the same. Nothing changed. You keep doing what you're doing.
Well, your kids, I know, and who was the silliest one? The boy twin?
That's the boy twin. That's Kyron. Lord help him.
What did he say when he finally figured out?
He was like, yeah, you rocking that. Yeah, you rock. Yeah. You a bad. Oh, I can't say that word. I think you bet not. He said, you rocking that, mama. Yeah. And so now if I put anything on, even now to this day, if I put a hair hat on, oh, it's a problem in my house. Where you going with that? I'm like, I'm finna go. I just had to put a look. No, ma'am. They said you look. No. They're not used to. They like the natural. This is mama, and it's all they know. But just to go back to my daughter, that day when I took that wig off and I cleaned my head off, at the end of the day, I was laying in the bed with my daughter, and we were watching TV or something, and she said, "Mama, you don't feel bad?" I said, "Feel bad? Why?" She said, "People gonna talk about you." I said, "Wow. Do I care?" She said, no. I said, well, then that's the same attitude you need to have. Yeah. Don't care. I said, you don't care about what people say. Hair don't define me, sweetheart. That don't define me. That's just, it grows externally, but it doesn't define me. And you should never allow, whether your clothing, what you wear, just because you dress different from somebody, don't mean that you're weird or you're queer. That don't mean that. It just means, hey, you're just uniquely different. That's all. So no, I'm not worried about what people are going to say about me. I don't care. Wow. I said, and you shouldn't worry either. I said, have I complained to you one time about your hair not long enough? She said, no. I said, then you shouldn't complain either.
I love that. Wow.
So that's pretty much that. It was in 2017, May of 2017. Wow. I have not looked back since.
Did you get the Wakanda story too?
Oh, yeah, I had a lot of I got a lot of that. Yeah. But and then I got a lot of people don't know how to accept, when they see a bald woman now it's just kind of in the norm. But back then it was, so you sick? What happened? You have cancer? That used to be the thing. And I used to get offended, but that was just so short-lived because I realized that people are gonna say, just trying to be careful. And it's just what people say. It's just like when someone passes away and they say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Well, why are you sorry? Yeah. Why are you sorry? You didn't kill him. So it's the same thing with the hair, but it was short-lived. It was just, like you said, my transition. And I took it. I didn't get negative with anyone to be mean. I just said, no, it's just me. It's just me. And because I mean, I felt like at some point, even wearing the wigs, I felt like I was covering up or hiding who I really was. It was like I only wore a wig to alter my mood. Whatever mood I was in, that's the kind of wig that I wore. So if it was long and straight, I'm not in it today. I ain't for it. She ain't having it. That was Shira. She wasn't having it, you know. But if it was short and curly, I'm funny. I'm happy that day. You know, if it's short and just straight and short, that I'm in that somewhat mode. I'm mess with me, then not. But when I'm bald, I am me. I'm free.
I love it.
So I'm like, I don't have to worry about hiding behind none of this. I mean, it got to the point I embarrassed my kids with the wigs on. That's why they say I am banned from wearing wigs. One day we was in a car driving, and my head got hot because I hadn't worn this thing in a long time. God, I took the wig off and I had it hanging out the window. And I said, I'm just airing her out. She hot. So she hot. I'm fanning over here talking about I'm airing her out. And this car pull up beside us, Ben looking like, did she just take her hair off? He looking. And my son like, Mama. He done something. He was like, Mama, put your hair back on. Put your hat back on your head. I said, it's hot. He said, long as she don't take before he can even say, long as she don't take the stocking off, I done took it off and had my little corn rolls because my hair was in that middle stage. And I was like, I need to hurry up and go and cut it down. I done took the little corn rolls with this big gash in the middle. He was like, oh my God, Mama, can you just put it back on until we get home? Right. And then you do what you got to do. But I didn't care. That's just how open I am about it. And when I walk in a room, hey, they see me. They don't see this. They see me. Because they're gonna feel that energy.
That's the energy and that glow.
Oh yeah, they're gonna feel that energy when I walk in. Y'all can't speak. You better be glad you woke up this morning. I'm trying to tell y'all, better stop that. You still breathing. You know, that's me. So, but I truly do thank you so much for the platform and the opportunity for being here. So you're going to co-host with me for a second. Okay. So we got this little segment called Bald or Fade. Bald or Fade. With your help, you know, when you go sit in the chair, when go in the barbershop and sit in the chair, they ask you want a bald or fade. So kind of tweaked it a little bit and kind of keep it along those lines about this bald or fade. So I have this question from this young man. He's Malachi. He's 29 years old. He's from Tyler, Texas. Okay. And he refers to this woman, my old lady. So I said, this must be a young man with an old soul. He said, my old lady is 10 years older than me. We have been together for 2 years. We are both financially stable. I was raised to have my own, so I don't mind sharing with her. But why is it that every time we go out, she tells me that I should pay the bill because that is just what men do? He said, should a man be expected to pick up the tab each time? He said, I'm beginning to think she is just trying to pimp me. Should I pay or tip?
Ooh, wait a minute. She's 20. He's 29. She's 39.
She's 39. Go back to that question.
And they go out to eat.
They go out whenever they go out to eat. Now I was like, who should you pay or should you tip? Been dating? 2 years. They've been together for 2 years.
And they both got paper.
I ain't mad at the 29-year-old. Hey, Malachi. Hey.
He said, I was raised to have my own, so I don't mind sharing with others, but why is it that every time I go? Oh. But listen, wow, at that age group, at 29 on 30, is that sometimes when that person is older, especially the woman, is that he ought to be happy he with her.
You think so?
Yeah, that's how sometimes women think like that. So you're happy you're with me. I got you. So no, people always say age is just a number. No, it ain't a number. It's a difference. So 39, 29, say, okay, then you're supposed to take care of me because you ought to be privileged to be with me. Because that 10-year window, let me finish. A 10-year window. So from that angle, the other part is that on the financial stable part, the other part about is with women is that they want to keep their money for rainy days. So let's spend your money. Because women are always playing properly, not that he don't, for money. So you as a man and something that even from baby boomers to Gen X's to Z's, whatever, chivalry it ain't going away. So no matter if it's 21 years old, 41-year-old, chivalry is that a man should pay. But he also, well, Malachi saying, well, you say you're this independent woman. You're independent. You should pay sometime too.
Yeah, because that's the way I was going
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, and he wants to know should he pay or tip, and I'm like pay or tip. Oh, he mean tip out the door because I think he's getting a little annoyed now. He's like he's frustrated behind the whole
But see,
thing.
my thing is that they're a 2 year window. 2 year window, it shouldn't be a discussion. Either you pay or I pay. So I'm just speak of Trudy and I, we baby boomers. One thing I never did that with the women that I didn't date, I never slid money on the a woman never slid me money on the table to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
If I had or I didn't, she go out of prayer, she paid for it. That's where we are. But in this world we live in now, and for her and I, or even where we are, is that whoever got it, we just pay. But
Yeah.
it's not. It's and I yeah. So that's the thing.
So
But
but I think that when he said that, he don't mind. He's raised with an old soul, and
mhm,
I respect him for that because he's like, hey, I was taught to have my own, which is I get it from a male's perspective because every young man, everybody, in for that matter, you need to have your own.
mhm,
So the money, I don't think it was the money issue; it's the principal part. Y'all together as a couple, 29, 39 year olds, y'all together as a couple. And why leave all of that on him all the time?
right.
He still probably
But but
still
but
open the
but but
doors
see,
for her,
this is
but
my spin, and I'm avid about this.
mhm,
2 years together, it's a long time, but it's a short time too.
mhm,
So this is my thing, and this is the biggest high. Me and my friend Mark talk about this all the time. This is the biggest high for me. They went 8, and the bill was just say $90,
mhm, mhm,
and he paid the 90. So to say 10% of that is 9, but you get 15 or 20%.
mhm,
If the woman pay a $20 tip or $25 tip, I'm happy as hell. You know why?
mhm.
Because you ate too, and you got service too, and you had to show the gratitude to this waitress or waiter that
Mhm.
you gave a good service. Let me compliment you. But
Yeah.
you have to share something out of 2 years. You may not share the bill, but share
Mhm.
the tip.
Yeah. Yeah. If,
Share
if
the
if
tip.
he's gonna pay all the time, you know, and I think it's kind of understood because he seems like a decent young man,
Yeah,
and he's just trying to figure out like, hey, you know, where are we going with this? Are you trying to pimp me?
yeah.
You talking about a man? That's
And
what men
that's
do. I
no.
got all of it. I do a lot. But why is it that I'm having
But
to pay
but
this
but
bill
but
all the
I
time?
think in his age group of 29, it's more of sharing.
Mm-hmm.
We still
Yeah.
kicking it. We still together. I'm not paying for sexual service with you, but sometimes you can spend your money too.
Right. Right. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I think that's where he was going with it because he mentioned something in there about I don't mind sharing, but why is it that every time we go out, she tells me that I should pay
right,
the bill just because that's what men do.
right.
So you saying that I'm less of a man
And
because
she can
this
go back to
time
the
I can't
screen.
pick it up?
She can bring us back.
Yeah, you could go back. You could put us back on.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I think for that matter, for him, it's a conversation because it is a 10-year gap there. I would really find out from your girl, old lady, as you refer to her, old soul. I will find out from her, like we gotta start talking because you plan on being with her long term. If this is bothering you behind that part, y'all need to communicate a little bit more and figure out and set your boundaries,
So where are you at? Where are
establish.
you at personally with that?
Personally, I don't think he should have to
No, I'm talking
pay
about in
all the
your
time.
situation.
In my situation, my situation, I don't have a problem with picking up the
See, me
bill
either.
for me and my,
Trudy don't either.
it's just whoever pull out the
Whoever
wallet first.
whoever got it. Yeah,
That's just how it
yeah,
is. So and we just did it today.
yeah.
Sometimes he pick it up, sometimes I
Yeah,
don't.
that's how we treat it. Yeah,
We just learn how we just come together
yeah.
and was like, hey, look, here you go. I got it. Don't worry about it. And
Or
if he pay, I tip.
or if we going, she'll put on my card.
Yeah.
She'll transfer on the card and say, okay, we're gonna put on that card. I got some on this card.
Yeah,
So she'll
that's
put on that
pending.
card.
Yeah.
Pending,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we
We'll
just
do
have
it
to
that
come to
way.
that
Yeah,
together and work
yeah.
through that.
We've never had a difference with that.
Oh
Never.
yeah.
When I
Yeah.
said
Cause
never, never.
Oh yeah, because it's one of those situations where I'm like, "Ooh, you got to communicate really and like really
But
talk
but
about it."
but I'm asking you, in that generation, have they really committed, or they really just like? Because sometimes in that situation, um, they still friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know because they both financial. I don't know if they live together. I don't know if they, I don't know. That's just a big question mark,
Because
you know?
sometimes it's continuation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to use my producer. I've been using her a lot today because she have a close friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They like they've been friends
Best
since
friends forever,
best friends.
babies. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I know just as friends, I've never been with them, but I just know by the demeanor. They swap out on the bill. They go eat.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they
I know
do.
they do, but that's the way.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So
Mm-hmm.
and so when you start meet somebody in a relationship, and if she meets somebody and then he meets somebody else, that's what they expect.
Mm-hmm.
You pay sometime, I
I
pay
pay
sometime.
sometime.
That's their
Yeah.
generation. Yeah.
Or if it's I pick up the food, you
Yeah.
make sure you take care of the gas.
The
Is that
gas,
how
yeah.
that work? Like, I mean, because because I
Yeah,
think
see that?
even
You already know
today,
that. Mhm.
yeah, like even today it was they doing something, they work out together or something
Mhm.
like that. And I think she got they're doing meal preps.
Uh-huh.
So they collaborate all the time on who gonna do what, and it's just some things I think are just understood, right? You just
And then
yeah.
when you hear that young lady said, and I'm not going to get too deep at 39, is that this new generation, especially the women, because I did it, you didn't use me.
Yeah.
You didn't. I just did because I wanted to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You get it more from women than the guy. He said, "I'm trying to be pimp."
Yeah.
No, it's just women do because they want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. And it's like I didn't ask you. Well, I
yeah.
didn't ask you to get that for me. It was not about that. It's
No,
just
no.
I did it because I wanted to, not because I was required or mandated. Yeah. So Malachi, define this relationship, dear.
Yeah,
Is a
define it. Make
relationship
sure.
or y'all
Yeah,
just kicking it?
Malachi. Yeah.
You know, because you might just be kicking it to pay the bill. You ain't being pimped unless you prostitute yourself if you do it that way.
Because if you don't, Malachi, she gonna get her Solomon, then she gonna cut that hair
Oh,
off.
that is, oops.
She see I
Yeah,
play on words.
I just said, oh yeah, it is. That's how it
That's
goes,
how it
Malachi.
goes. Yeah.
So that's it for my ball to fade segment. We only had one today. So did you have a question, an after dark
we have
question?
an after dark, couple after dark. We're
Oh,
gonna just get through them today.
we're gonna get through them today. Okay, we gonna get through them.
Get through 'em.
All right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, we got Gerald.
These your
Gerald.
people in the sip.
Oh yeah, they're my folk, my town right here. Lord, they better not embarrass me. Y'all better not embarrass me from Jackson. Oh God, 32 years old, Jackson, Mississippi. My mother, 56, is divorced and very sexy for her age. Oh my lamb. And has a great personality to go with it. She works from home and wears her sexy lingerie gowns all day throughout the house. When my friends come over, she is so warm and flirty with them during their visit, which is embarrassing. Oh, my Lord. One of my friends told me that she has slept with one of my other friends.
Mhm.
His name Thomas, and he's 32. Oh my, he didn't put the name out there and everything. He said on multiple occasions and told him not to tell me. Should I tell her how I feel and dissolve my friendship with my friend Thomas? Help me put this fire out. Oh, my lamb. Oh, Thomas. Gerald. What you think? What you think, Miss Dunn?
Well, she can let her cut back to our face.
What you think?
Well, one of the things is that I'm just gonna be this guy. Is that I always was attracted to my teachers.
That's your teacher.
I always had that fetish for my teacher. I was a young man, but they always was cute, pretty legs, whatever.
It's just a fetish, though.
That's a fetish, yeah, always. But in this generation we live now, these young people follow through.
Oh yeah, they sure do, child.
They follow through.
Ooh, so they need to change these laws then.
Yes, as a 56-year-old woman who's attractive, beautiful, got it going on, and this young man got with her, but her intention was also is for her to live her life to the fullest.
Yeah.
So at 56 and divorcee, my life is not about my son who used to be 12, 13 years old, and they end up playing video game. I'm a grown woman. He's a grown man. So my thing is that his mom is that she gonna enjoy her life to the fullest and have fun. So most women fantasies and to have fun is somewhere down the road If be with a young guy.
I don't know because I'm a woman. I'm close to that. I ain't
I ain't say
56,
you.
but I
I ain't
don't know.
say you.
You know, because I'm gonna tell you what I see, and I get it that he's a grown. He's grown. He's 32 years old. He's not 20 or 16 or 18, but it's the fact that these are her son's friends. And I mean, like you, would you be okay with a young man sleeping with your mom? Your friend.
If my mom was singing and make her happy, yeah.
Oh heck no! Nah.
Yeah.
I would ask myself,
now, hold on.
He would die.
Line, if one of my friends, it'll be
a problem.
It'll be a problem.
So
and not that I'm gonna be mad, man, stop, whatever. It'd be like,
that's my mama, dog.
Could you pick somebody else?
Right.
My mama. Right. Somebody else you could have been. They could have been young.
Yeah.
It had to be somebody that I know.
Yeah.
And then I know y'all in the bed together.
Right. So just go somewhere else with that. Just go be on the other side. Just not the friends.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me personally, I think that this young man, he got every right to be upset. But they are grown. But from a mother's perspective, first of all, he have to live with his mama. He got to, because he says she's walking around the house all day long in sexy lingerie. Now, it's good he giving his mom props. Yeah. Mama, respect yourself. Cover yourself up. Because even at a certain age with my kids, I'm not going to do that in front of my kids. I don't care how old they are.
You know what? To hear you say that, that's how we were raised. My sister and I, we had to put on pajamas in the morning. We can just walk in the house. Yeah. Underwear on, but we had to put on pajama robes.
So that just shows me the type of character.
Ain't about mom and dad, but that's how we have to dress.
Yeah,
you don't walk around like that.
That just shows me the type of character of his mom is.
My mom and dad never did that either.
Yeah, that just shows me the type of character his mom is. I can be funny with my kids' friends. Now these are their friends, but I personally will not cross that line. No, baby boy, I don't do that, because that's not. Even if it is a fantasy of mine, I'm just not gonna cross that line with my kids' friends. I don't care how hot they look. I may come in and say, "Ooh," but I'm not gonna comment to my son about his friends no more than I think he would like the idea of his friends commenting about his mama. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go to one of my girlfriends and go, "Girl, you know, his little friend came over here, child. That's a fine. What did daddy look like?" And
you went to her, then you left.
Yeah. Because I'm like, that's a fine little thing. Like, child, he got some uncles. Like, if I'm sick,
but now they stop.
Yeah.
They don't go to dad.
No. It's just I'm like, ooh, child. But I there's no way. It just shows me. I see the mom totally different. You messing with your kid, man, like that. Even though he's grown, he's an adult young man. But that's just a line you don't cross.
And now they say the culture.
Oh, well, that too. Because some cultures are.
Okay. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Everything goes.
Yeah.
If the mom walk around with the gown.
It's still a moral thing for me. That's about worse than kissing a cousin. That's 3 or 4 times twice removed. You know, back in the Jackson. Listen, back Thomas. Oh, wait, they wasn't Thomas. What was that baby name? What was his name? Mari. What was his name? The young man from Jackson, Gerald. Gerald, baby, listen. I don't think you should cut off with your friend Thomas. You want to know if you should talk to have a conversation with your mama, and she probably gonna want to ask you, well, how you know? So that means your little friend Thomas been talking.
But this is the other thing. Sometimes you may have to cut off, because now when you and Thomas hang out,
it's gonna be different. That's a different vibe.
But the other part about it may be that when Thomas starts seeing other girls, and then you think that, okay, then you've been with my mom, now you're gonna do my mom like that. Now you with Becky and whatever. Or you use my mom.
It's gonna fight. It's gonna cause some riffraff.
Young men territorial about their mom.
Oh yes, Lord. Oh yes, very. They don't even when the man is older in his mom's age group, they like sizing it. Hey, bro, they sizing them up. So at this point, had a conversation with your mama. And you might want to have that conversation with Thomas and cut it. You need to cut it. I would say cut it. Be through with it. Yeah. So
you got one more.
You got one more question. Who these young babies? I tell you, Reginald, 29, from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He said, "Yeah, he in the Navy. Oh, I can only imagine. My cousin was deployed to Germany about 9 months ago, and his girlfriend was on the verge of breaking up with him before he left. They have a son, 7 years old, that he sent money home to take care of him. Her and I have been kicking it, oh my lamb, for about 6 months. And I think I'm falling for her. Oh, really? We do picnics, walks on the beach, bubble baths together. Oh, wait a minute. That's more than kicking it and more. And she has some of the best sex I have ever had. Oh my good gracious. Should I tell him she is my girl now? Or should she be the one to tell him? In love or pussy? Oh my good gracious the life child. Oh, there's so much wrong with this right here.
Wow.
This man is deployed.
And you just talked about cousins.
And you, yeah, I did.
You just talked about cousins.
We don't do that. We don't. No. No, don't tell. When he coming back in the country? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you tell him now why he out there on the front line, he gonna do something to get home, and he gonna take all y'all out.
See, in that testimony that he asking you to fit for him to get in line is the second line to the verge.
On the verge of breaking up.
Breaking up.
So how he know they was on the verge? She been talking to him the whole time.
That forgot me. The verge.
The verge of they wasn't broke up. They was on the verge of breaking up. You said it's been 9 months. Y'all been kicking. Wait,
yeah. Well,
6 months.
He been gone for 9 months.
And they been kicking it for 9 months. For 6 months.
So just say if he left in September, the 9th month, and then they started kicking it in October, and now here it is. Just say March. So now here it is. So remember, it didn't say that he kicked it during the 9 months.
They were just kicking it after.
But it could have been before.
They had to, because how would he know so much about their relationship? Yeah. So that means him and the girl been communicating. And it could have started out friendly. That's just cousin.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't want to say keep it on generational, but sometimes that person you've been talking to start holding your hand when you're walking. Sometimes that person you've been talking to about the person you're on the verge of getting rid of can talk to you at 3 o'clock in the morning when you need somebody to talk to.
See, that ain't right. That already started though.
But that's why it's a two-way street. Because sometimes you hear the guy get to blame, the guy get to blame, the guy get to blame.
But I'm blaming both of them.
But no matter, because sometimes cousin water don't run deep as brother or certain things. Sometimes cousin water run deeper you think it is. Sometimes.
But Miss Dunn.
Because sometimes you find in relationship, cousins didn't get along. They were jealous of each other too.
But they were gonna fight anyway. Y'all gonna fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fight. It don't matter if she tell them or you tell her. It don't matter. Y'all gonna fight. But I hope your life insurance policy together, because somebody gonna die on this one.
But it sounded like that it wasn't that he went straight had sex with her, but he did event things to be in love. Walk on the beach.
But you couldn't find another girl. I mean, this is your.
But this is the thing that I think people be missing. Sometimes you meet that person, it may be the person you're trying to find. It's a person that y'all may have a little chemistry. No matter if the cousin.
With your cousins. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to be silver with this and try to dissect this here the best way I know how. I think. I get it. It could fairly well be they're not as close cousins, but they got to be close enough for your cousin to be talking to you about his girl. Okay. And vice versa. So close, so much so that she's comfortable enough to be having a conversation with him on a regular basis. Because that ain't just this just happened. They always say, it just happened. So they've been communicating so much so. So if that's the case, I think it's been a little bit more doing. Now they just decided to cross that line. He gone. He ain't here. So we can do it. He ain't got to know.
I got a best friend, Ken, from Birmingham, Alabama. And so I was telling him about that thing. So I sent it to him. So then he called me. Then he gave me a twist I never did think of.
Oh, Lord, what Ken say?
Ken said, it's okay, except for one thing missing.
What's missing?
He said before he held her hand or before he kissed her, he should have called a cousin in Germany and told him what he getting ready to do.
Oh, my lamb. The hell that man going AWOL?
No, because
really?
But Ken broke it down and said that way, you know that he, but Ken put it in like you would know that how much she mean to you or not.
Oh, his reaction.
His reaction.
Oh, so this what we doing? Oh, yeah.
Then what we doing? Then
Yeah.
he would know that okay, cause you had the nerve to call me. If you
Mhm.
cut for it like that, you go for it. But at least
Wow.
I heard it from you before y'all even went down that road.
But that would be an awkward family
Yeah.
reunion. That would be awkward.
No,
Now
no, no,
you
no.
meet.
Yeah, that's true. But what it
Mm-mm.
did is out in the open before anything happened. See, it's hard
Wow.
to tell somebody if you already smashed her.
Oh, I'll be
And
fortified hot.
when he said that, I said, "Wow, I never thought that." Because now you know you really love her. A man don't love
Mm.
nobody till they go tell the
But
word. But you tell that guy who used to be his, you tell him first. I said, "Ken, I ain't see it that way."
but you know what? I think, quite frankly, it don't matter what the cousin said. If he agreed with it or not,
Yeah,
or what
but
is right, he was
sometimes,
gonna do it anyway.
but sometimes all it mean, and like you just said, cuz don't do that. You still want clarity, but you
Yeah.
want clarity from the person that you know what we raised together, we cousins, we two sister kids or whatever it may be, my man. And just the
Mm.
point. I said, man, and that's it.
Yeah, I cut my Tama draws with that because if she doing it with you, cousin, she gonna be doing that with somebody else since
See,
they was on the verge
see,
of
I
breaking up.
don't see it like that. I see it like it's just sometimes. I'm just be real honest. Sometimes you meet people in your life. That person may have physical attraction,
Mm-hmm.
and the other person may have that mental attraction.
It's
And
just a fine line you
sometimes you
draw, though.
find, but sometimes that person has that physical stimulation, but you find some women need mental stimulation. So
That
maybe,
what your man for,
but
honey.
some people don't have both, and he just
Mm,
happened to be there at the time when that mental stimulation happened.
mm-mm,
Because the bottom line is this: is that guy was a decent guy.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But you know what? I'm gonna blame her and him because
You blame both. Oh yeah, it
that
take two to
intimacy
tango.
started long before the verge of the breakup. You know, he done tap the he done experiment a little bit or something. Somewhere something has
But maybe
happened
they never
there.
had sex until after he left.
But sex don't have to be, it doesn't, cheating and that don't have to necessarily be physical. It's mental. It's the, even when you're sharing, I become intimate with somebody else and it's never a physical attraction with them, I'm cheating.
So just say they together and they taking a walk on the beach and they never have touch or nothing. And all of a sudden they hold hands, walk on the beach.
That's like, oh no, that's not what I'm trying to do.
So but you keep holding his hand. So as a man, that he should have called and went told that he feel like there's something going on down the road.
No, I mean you don't tell them just because of something going on.
But
As a person, you check yourself before, like, hey man, we can't be doing this. Like if you to me, there's no respect for your cousin. They have a child together, and for her as a woman, even though you on the verge of breaking up with your dude, I'm finna go in on her because, quite frankly, that's a no.
But they probably already broke up.
They was on the verge of breaking up. Mm-hmm. They still together. He just deployed. So now she's saying in there that he's saying that now they've been spending a lot of time together and they had sex and it's great. So he want to know, he felt like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place as a cousin don't know. Should he tell him that I'm the new guy now? Like that's foul to me.
That when Ken said she should have told him from the beginning.
Ooh,
before they even started doing
like I'm feeling your girl, man. If y'all, I mean, or he could have did his homework, detective work from the beginning.
Or and this what Ken said. He said you don't do both. Because both mean like you're trying to sick both of them on him. He said it's for the man to do. Let him know. I said, wow, because
they're gonna fight.
When you said both of them, they both do a Zoom call and say, hey, John, we got some news to tell you. You know, it's like you trying to belittle him. But as either way you may be, but when that man tell you, as a man, look here, man, cuz I know that hey, things that happen may not be what you think it is. But I think I don't fell in love with your ex, whatever it is. Because if it gone 9 months, they're on the verge of breaking up. Now, on this 9 months, Do they still talk?
Well,
They got their son together, 7-year-old. He's sending their money home.
Yeah, he's sending money to him. But I don't know if she told him I'm seeing somebody else. We don't know. It's like that's that missing part. I'm seeing somebody else.
You getting my money.
Yeah, and then the fact that the cousin. I mean, you the cousin, so it's got to be some type of family dynamic there. I don't think that there's no issue between the cousins, but it's finna be some issues. It's gonna be some. I wouldn't call this man and tell him anything because he's deployed. His mind is not on. That's enough to mess your head up. So all this time I've been here, and even before I left, when she was acting a little weird. So this how men process stuff. Because I done been on that side before. And truth of the matter is, all they visualize is you've been with my girl. Yeah. Even if they are on the verge of breaking up, or they are like had issues and they were gonna break up. In his mind, he can't get past. So now you calling me to tell me that you and her together? Y'all together, y'all been together. Cause men know. Y'all know when something is off with your girl.
But see,
that's why you spending all your time over here at the house with me.
But to hear you say that, when breakups do happen, sometimes with men, our thing is not that we broke up, it's what he doing to you.
Wow.
What the other guy doing to you. Cousin or any man, whatever.
Child.
Or you remember that song, what is he doing to you? And is he doing it to you? Whatever how it go, whatever. So sometimes it ain't gonna be just easy. Okay, you gonna be with her. They say, oh, he like that? Oh, you doing him like that? And whatever. Because that would happen a lot in the breakup. You know, a person don't want you. They knew your time up, but that visual is so vivid. Say, oh, and when you hear folks say, well, if you can't be with me, you can't be with nobody else, because the visual part.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is ugly.
Yeah. Well, baby, Sugar, listen, don't call that man. And I'm gonna tell you, when y'all get ready to share with him that y'all gonna hook up a good man. If you have no intentions on a future with this girl, and I'm gonna call her a girl because I'm annoyed with her. You have no intentions on a future with this girl.
See, you ain't right.
Take it to your grave and get ghost. Tell your ass. I'm just gonna tell you.
You ain't right. See, you ain't right.
Because you finna mess up. You take it to your right, bro. Take it to your grave.
Right. You said something about 3 minutes ago. See, you the one at the family reunion when they walk holding hand. You ain't gonna speak.
Hell no. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got shit to say. We ain't got nothing to say. Go to family reunion. I ain't got nothing to say. And bro, don't you come over here and say nothing to me either. But then you got your baby running over there, Daddy. And then he like, but Uncle so-and-so, because that cousin such and such. Now, I got a problem with that.
So
it's a problem.
He come to family reunion, him and her, and his mom is there, which is your relative. What about the mom? His mom.
Hey, mom. Hey, ain't it?
You cut out part too?
Hey, mama. Hey, ain't it?
You think they co-sign on it?
Yeah. Well, he been in the military. He ain't got nothing to talk about. I wouldn't cut off the family per se. I wouldn't cut off the family. But at the end of the day, cousin, you better take it to your grave, boy. Boy, take this to your grave. If you have no intentions on this going on, because this might just be an infatuated situation here.
It could be.
And now you just, baby, take it to your grave. Okay.
So let me put. I know we got to go and put another thing. So it's a family reunion, and you are the overseer of the family reunion. You the head person. Would you tell them not to come or to come? Me
the cousin or the girl over the family.
You over the whole family reunion. Everybody got to go through you, and so everybody come to you and say, "Hey, Kim, you over the family reunion. Up to you to call them, tell them to come or not to come."
Well, he don't know about the whole situation, so yeah, I'm telling everybody, come on. Just stay, don't come around.
But you over it.
So I'm over it.
Everybody on family reunion say, "Kim, you let them come."
Yeah, no, because everybody don't know about this little menage a trois that stuff went on.
No, everybody know about it.
Everybody know about it. Yeah, you come. Now, I just come at your own risk. You come at your own risk. No, seriously, hey, come on. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't finna go to jail behind somebody, but it ain't stopping you. If y'all want to fight, you go right ahead. But no, seriously though, I invite them. I'm that risky.
So there'll be no guidelines.
Ain't no guidelines. Just okay. No cutting, no shooting, because we got other people in here, and don't tear up that table, because now we got food that's gonna be on this table. Don't take up no chairs, and please don't break nothing up in here, because I ain't trying to pay for it. So that's it. I ain't got no guidelines. Take it out in the street.
Family union, that'd be something to see.
I'm trying to tell you, the poor babies be like in trauma mode. Oh my God. This done. This was fun. This was fun, fun. So thank you again for being my surprise guest. I was so glad. I finally got you on the seat. I finally got you on the hot seat. So again, I would like to thank you guys for always tuning in every Saturday. Without a question, you always tune in. I thank y'all so very much. And I'm gonna keep doing this as long as y'all keep watching. I'm gonna keep on giving it to you, okay? Even when I don't feel so hot, I'm gonna bring it, okay? But anyway, if you would like to reach me, I can be found Ball Talk with Kim, Smoothing Out the Truth Hope. I have an email, balltalk2022@gmail.com. You can also book. If you would like to book a show, you can do that there. I also have a text phone. It's 214-710-0533. And I'm found on Facebook and Twitch. Two different things. Facebook and Twitch is Ball Talk with Kim. And then my personal Facebook page is Kimberly Hope. And then Instagram at Miss Hope, and that's MZHOPE 0429. Again, thank you guys so very much for coming. And also, you can go to TGN Talk on YouTube as well. Please subscribe there also, guys, so you can get those notifications and pop up every time we go live. And follow some of these other podcasts that's out there, because we got some good ones. There's some good ones. I'm a fan, like for real. I'm a fan of a few of them. I'm like always out there like, oh child, that was good. I'm chimed in on everybody's page. So, but that's definitely go out there and get it. And if you're interested in becoming or having your own show, definitely go out there. And I think they can message you guys as well on the website. Is it TGN PowerPlay?
PowerPlay Podcast TV. And also you go to TGN Production California on that page.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring us back on, and but definitely if you guys are interested, please tune in.
And everybody, just before she sign off, just thank everybody for being a part of TGN PowerPlay. We're getting ready for some great trips coming up in the spring and the summer. Folks around the country, you'll see Kim down in New Orleans. Essence will be interviewing and a whole lot of things. That's our pilgrimage where we go for 4 days. We shut the station down for 4 days.
Yes.
We go down there and we put in work. So we're excited about that. So stay close. We give y'all more information time go along.
Thank y'all. And I will see y'all next week. Thank y'all again. Bye.